The 2015-2016 sugarcane crop season officially opened today. The sugar factory at Tower Hill began milling the first few tons of cane this morning just after 10 o'clock. However, not everything is sweet in the sugar industry at the moment. All three cane farmers associations had to convince the government of Belize of an increase of the price of sugar in the local market. By January 2016, you will be paying 25 cents more for a pound of sugar. This was a result of the farmers expressing serious concerns of the first price estimates, which was lower when compared to last year. In addition, in 2017, Belize will have to do without the EU preferential market and compete on a global scale. The media was invited to the factory today, and Sean Chavarria, the financial controller, led a part of the familiarization tour as he spoke on the factory's investments, especially the $1 million dumper that has been installed to increase the factory's efficiency time.
Standing right in front of me is the new truck dumper that was installed, a 40-ton truck dumper. It has been a long request of farmers to add an additional truck dumper because the original one, which handles roughly 60% of the cane, it was seen that more trucks, it showed the old method of hooking trucks from trailers, using the cranes to unload, is quite inefficient, and it takes a long time to turn around. But with the truck dumpers, we will see an improvement in the turnaround time for cane to be offloaded here. So this investment will combined with the cane yard cabin, the new modern cane yard cabin, is over $1 million Belize dollars. But we expect to see a lot of benefits from it, both from an efficiency standpoint, safety as well. As you can see from some of the footage, the operators and drivers of those vehicles, when they're loading cane using the cranes, they have to get on top of their trucks. And they have to hook them on, climb them off, and it poses a safety risk as well. But with the truck dumpers, and this new one, you go onto the ramp, you hook your truck, you signal that it's ready, and the operator in the cane yard cabin offloads it. It takes, once the carrier is free, it takes less than a minute, and the truck goes away. The other method, we just observed one truck with 3 trailers take almost half an hour to unload their cargo. I mean, it's a big difference when you're unloading through these truck dumpers versus the method of unloading against the cranes, which is on the east and the west side. So we feel that there will be a lot of benefit to the industry from this investment, and it's been something that has been requested for some time.
Currently, an estimated 1.7 million tons of cane are out in the fields. However, for this season, the factory would not be able to grind that much. Chair of the Sugar Industry Control Board, Gabriel Martinez, who also formed part of the tour, expressed his concerns on that situation.
I think I can say that it's about the biggest concern in the industry. As you rightly mentioned, farmers have done their part. They have planted, they have taken advice, and they have done what they were told to do to plant more cane. And now we are faced with the issue of mill capacity. It is a big concern, and I must say that the discussions that we have been having so early, I must say, are gearing to include the strategic development plan, which has involvement of the government, the associations, the sugarcane farming associations, and the miller, so that we can move on from here. It's indeed a big challenge, and I must say that at this point I don't think I can offer any tangible solution as to how we will deal with this. But I'm so happy that sensible dialogue has occurred, and I'm sure it will continue with the conclusion of the strategic development plan. I think that will, by its own merit, give us a bright idea as to how we move on from here.
Jose Novella of the Sugar Control Production Committee spoke about a long-term strategic plan that should benefit the sugar industry.
I think that we all still have to work together to determine how we go with the new strategic development plan. The fact of the matter is that we all knew prices were going down. Stakeholders were aware that it was going down. When we first announced it, what happened is that the prices in the EU did go down, but the world prices for sugar went up. So the prices to a large extent even increased rather than decreased. But this has been on the table for quite a while. In fact, 3 years ago, we alerted the farmers once more that this could happen, and all the while we have been working at how we develop the competitiveness of this industry, both at the milling, in production, and even the regulatory framework to see what we can do to assist with the competitiveness of this industry. We have no choice. It is a plan that all of us have to agree to. It is not a one-sided plan. Remember that what is most important here is that we are talking, we're discussing, we're negotiating the viability of the sugar industry, where the majority of the stakeholders have to agree on how we move forward. So it is not a plan that will be favoring any one party over the other. It is an industry that we have collectively, when I say we, the government of Belize, the miller, the producers have collectively agreed that it is an industry that we want to maintain, and so we have to agree on how we maintain this for all of us.
Today, the factory milled just over 4,000 tons of cane. As the days go by, that figure is set to increase to an average of 7,000 tons of cane per day.